Good evening, my beloved Beyond the Call of Duty friends and family, and good evening to our EOW family. It is day number 38, and what a beautiful recap from day 37. I can't still get used to the fact of seeing all these beautiful men and women and then seeing all these family members that come to see the memorial, to see their loved one. And at first, it's very humbling and very quiet, and then seeing the beautiful smiles when they realize that we're traveling for 73 days and we're going over 23,000 miles, and their loved one is going to be talked about and spoke about after we get the stories from them that day. And on an average, 500 people or so will see the memorial each day, whether it's from vehicles, whether it's in person, whether it's in gas stations. But we kind of guesstimated it was about 500. So by the end of 73 days, we're looking at over 36,000, and that's just on the 73 days. Our memorial is running when it's not on the run. It's going to different fairs, rodeos. It's going to different venues where people are just constantly talking and seeing and wanting to know about these officers. And that's our goal, is just keep that going and keep it rolling and keep it being talked about, and the men and women being talked about and their names being said alive. So day 38, the team did 247 miles today. It's a lot of miles. They started at 8 o'clock in Clifton Police Department to honor Sergeant Robert Miller. At 4:45, they went to Waltham Police Department to honor Police Officer Paul Tracy. This is our beautiful officer, Sergeant Robert Miller, with the Clifton Police Department. This is our beautiful officer, Paul Tracy, from the Waltham Police Department. Before I go into more details, let's do a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. I want to thank Provision, that supplies body cams and other vehicle cameras for their for police cars, delivery drivers, you name it, security companies. They do in-car systems as well as body cams, and we cannot thank them enough for their support. This is their first time with us, but they're also doing some great deals where smaller departments that cannot afford the elaborate stuff, they are working with them on getting them what they need, and then working with us on making sure if we have funding, we can get it to them. One of the things I really love about Provision is the department owns 100% of the video proprietaries. Some of the competitors like Exxon own the video that is on the camera, and that's how you get to see it everywhere. But Provision gives that authority to the department. So really thank you for your continued support. I want to throw out and thank Jewelry Design Center based out of Spokane, Washington, and thank them for their continued support. They have a store in Missoula and a store in Kennewick in Tri-Cities. Please visit them. They do some fantastic work. They also do our Beyond the Call of Duty pendants. If you're one of the volunteers, you get a pendant when you do a full ride with us. So, as always, want to thank Phoenix Protective Corporation based out of Spokane, Washington. They have been from day one the reason why this exists, and we cannot thank them enough. If you're ever in the Northwest and you need security services in Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Montana, please contact Phoenix Protective Corporation. They also do some neat stuff nationwide where they do first responder, hurricane response, and some other stuff. And Anchorage, Alaska. Alaska, Anchorage and Fairbanks. They have an office in Anchorage, one in Fairbanks. They have an office in Auburn, one in Everett, In Vancouver, Washington, Spokane, they have two offices, one in Yakima and one in Tri-Cities, and then they have satellite offices in Missoula and Wenatchee. So reach out to them. And if you're looking for employment, they're always hiring. We're still doing the motorcycle giveaway. Please look it up and follow it. It's $20 a ticket. You don't have to be present, and the drawing is in September. Again, you don't need to be present. We'll ship the bike wherever it needs to go. You can buy our merchandise online, as always. And then we're still doing the Damien Challenge, which is in your local communities. Why don't you set up a goal for this year into next year, and maybe doing an annual fundraiser for Beyond the Call of Duty? Um, do poker runs, do pie giveaways or pie sales, or do cookie sales, or do anything you can as a family or as a club or as a group. And would love to see some fundraisers. Every little bit counts. We are 100% volunteer based. 100% of our items online gets to the family, so it goes in a wellness program and a scholarship program. It costs us $300,000 to keep our memorial on the road, so we count on donations and sponsorship. So please think about that. This is where the team is right now. They've cleared the halfway mark, and now they went to Clifton Police Department and Waltham Police Department. Now they're going to the Massachusetts State Police. They're going to Bristol Police Department, New Haven Police Department, and East Fishkill Police Department. Those stops are starting at 8 o'clock at Massachusetts State Police, at 12:30 at Bristol Police Department, at 2:30 at New Haven Police Department, at 26 Charles Street in New Haven, Connecticut, and at 5:15 at East Fishkill Police Department. The officers that we're going to be honoring are Trooper Tamer Anush Bucci, and that's for the Massachusetts State Police. We're going to be honoring Police Officer Alex Hamzy and Sergeant Dustin DeMonte for the Bristol Police Department. For the New Haven Police Department, we're going to be honoring Officer Diane Gonzalez. And for East Fishkill, we're going to be honoring Officer Daniel Tidato. Please follow us, please share us, and please share us. If you know any sponsors, share it to the sponsors. If you know anybody that would like to follow us, like us, and we're on social media. So our first stop was again for this young man, Sergeant Robert Miller, today at the Clifton Police Department, Sergeant Robert Miller. Our second stop today was at Waltham Police Department, and it was for this beautiful man, Officer Paul Tracy. And I have a message here about Paul. Paul's wife Christine and kids, Danica and Tyler, brother-in-law Matt, sister-in-law Crystal, sisters Maureen, Kathy, Patty, and brother Jim, MJ, and niece Ashley, and nephew Brendan, and aunt Maureen, and cousins Brian and Kate, Kathy, and mother-in-law Katie, and father-in-law Rich were all there. Paul always loved doing pranks. He loved jokes. He taught his kids to play poker on Thanksgiving and loved the song Cannonball. He taught his daughter Danica to drive when she was 12 and did not believe in sunscreen, so he was always burnt. He is a selfless person and a special love for the elders in his community. One night he got a call for a domestic fight. When he got there, it turned out to be a woman and her husband. They had dementia. So every night from then on, Paul would get a call from a man, and he would have Paul walk him through taking his medicine. Their own mailman's wife had Alzheimer's, and when she went to a home, Paul would visit him every day and bring him coffee, blueberries, and muffin, and help shave him and bring Danica to watch news with him. Amazing, amazing. Again, this is the life of an officer. This is why we do what we do. This is Paul Tracy. This is the name behind the badge that he wears. This is what he did. This is everything that this beautiful man did that nobody knows about. And that's why we should talk about him. That's why we should talk about his family. You got to bring the humanity of the badge. Got to bring the love that the department has for him. I got a couple of photographs that uh, were sent to me today by Allison. There's the department. They all were there honoring this beautiful man and talking about his stories and everything he meant to them. So our hearts and prayers are out to the families of Sergeant Robert Miller, and our hearts and prayers are out to the family of Police Officer Paul Tracy, as well as the departments. And unfortunately, you've become and joined a new club, End of Watch Family Club. And we'll always and never stop saying their names and allowing people to listen to these beautiful stories, everything we can about them, and bring them back every year after. So God bless you all. Tammy says, "Hi, my EOW friends and family. Continue to pray for our survivors and our team." Thank you, Tammy. Kristen Tracy smiles all through my tears today. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. Thank you very much, and thank you for allowing us to honor beautiful Paul. And hearts and prayers go out to you and your family. And anything we can do, please do not hesitate. Reach out to us. As promised, we will talk about Paul, and we'll talk about him for many, 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 many months and years. So Eddie says, "Good evening, my EOW family. Much love to our new survivor family." Absolutely, Eddie. Make sure you wrap your beautiful arms around them, and we will send information to you. And Eddie is a survivor, and it's allowed us to uh, keep him close to us. So, James, good evening for Morton, Illinois. Good evening, James. Joel says, "Good evening, JC and family." Joel, bless you and thank you very much. Susan, looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in Medford. Tomorrow for Trooper Tamra Naushibushi and Massachusetts. Absolutely, and thank you so much for allowing us to come over and honor your beautiful troops and your department. So thank you, Susan. Jerry, evening, everyone. Oh, as well. Thanks, Jerry. James says, "We met a Marine from Yakima. I'm glad you did. We have a lot of Marines, James." So there you go. Again, thank you. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. We'll try and get some more photographs. Our photographs are delayed by a couple of days. Again, we're running a very thin and small crew out there this year. So it'll get better and we'll be back to our normal sites that we normally do. So love you guys all. Again, if you see a police officer between now and whenever, ask them if you can hug them. Thank them for wearing that beautiful, beautiful uniform. Thank them for taking an oath. Remind them that they are precious. Remind them that what they do is a blessing. Remind them that they are the guardians. And we thank them for giving up nights, weekends, anniversaries, holidays. Ask them if you can give them a hug. It's not asking a lot. You see a first responder pulling a vehicle over or a first responder on the side of the road, please, please, please move over, pull over, stop. Give them some room. No drinking and driving, no texting and driving, and most importantly, keep your seatbelts on. Please keep all of our EOW family members close to your hearts. Light a candle for them. Remember them. It's tough times. Remember their loved ones as we enjoy weekends and holidays. There is a void in their life. Please pray for our team that's out there and keep them close to your heart. They are exhausting. Like I said, it's day number 38. They still have a few more days, over 30 more days. God bless each and every one of you, and talk to you guys tomorrow night. And love you. Much love out there. Love you guys.